It's gonna be tough. So there's 8 teams, right?
Yeah, so it's 7 games, 4
I
and
feel
3.
like 5-3.
It'd be 7 games.
4-3,
Yeah,
sorry,
4-3.
4-3 would already be.
Ooh, going for FY already.
Yep.
They've got the Fade Bolt. Do they have the damage to finish him off? Arctic Burn gets away, but there's the Aphotic Shield popping. They get first blood. They'll take out FY. They'll go for Yang, and they should have a second. It's White Album who grabs the kill, and that is 2 kills for Aster. The question of whether or not they can set it up. Still, Bounty Rune left bottom. Going over towards top. You've got 3 heroes here going after Eurus. The creep's going to be here in time for him to tether. He actually tethers back towards Red Panda.
Yep, it's just such a good mechanic for like a carry to be able to do that.
Telekinesis into the hoof stomp. Now they're going for the kill onto Monet. They've brought Somnus over. Fade Bolt for the finish. Monet ends up dead. They get the kill onto the Troll, and now they might even lose XSS. Cold Embrace, Alanum, as well as the Winter Wyvern of Borax are here. XSS taking some damage. Eurus getting low with the rotation from White Album. It's not going to be 1, it's going to be 2. White Album gets both. Double killing, dominating for the SF early on, and a 5-1 lead for Aster. But this is Exorcism trying to take a tier 1 bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I think they will also try to take the tier 1 top on the Aster side. Actually, 2 heroes bottom to defend the tower. With the weapon in the trees here.
And Borax.
They're not that strong without Exo.
But these heroes already low on Aster. Telekinesis, and now the Cold Embrace. Going after Somnus, but the Fade Bolt hits both of them. Monet now needs to retreat. He is really low. Stampede pop by Yang. Crypt Swarm is there, and they get both. So this will now turn into a tier 1 tower bottom and a chunk of kills that have come the way of this Elephant side.
Going for the Helm of Dominator first, of course the staple for a carry IO, just permanently being hasted. The best item probably on a core IO. Then gonna go into the Aghanims after.
Go up towards top, they spot Yang. Primal Roar, still a tough kill to get, but the raises, they'll cut through this Centaur. Without White Album, that kill probably doesn't happen, but of course they're probably not going for that kill without White Album nearby.
I thought they would be the ones pressuring now, but the early game was a bit rough. Took some unfavorable trades, and now they'll be, they'll need some time to farm back up. Oh, Invis Rune.
Yeah, and there's the ulti from White Album. One more shot with the last second raise. White Album is on it. Unstoppable. 6-0-1, 100% kill participation.
So in theory, that's the biggest power spike they'll get for a while. So if they want to fight, should be now.
Hawk spots Yang. That's the direction they go in. Shadow Fiend blink back. Now the host stomp, that does hit him the Abaddon, but they've got the Requiem as well as the Primal Roar. They've got the damage too. White Album, wicked sick. There's another one. So just a free Roche for Aster.
It's very problematic though. Like, the Troll is the hardest carry in this game, for sure. And now he has an Aegis.
BKB picked up for the Death Prophet, but the Blink Dagger for White Album. Somnus.
He's 1 roar away from death.
Yeah, it's
no hell.
The fight's on him, but he has to be very careful. Blink, post-op coming through on a Monet. They also use that double edge, but there's Monet turning this around immediately. They go to Stampede, but can Yang get out? No, he can't. BKB was popped. Monet's getting low. Exorcism and Trance pulling him in, so they do pop the Aegis, but there's Blink with the Yules and the Requiem, but White Album falls to Eurus. XSS is in. They've used the Winter's Curse. It's going to lock up FY. Lanham ends up dead. Somnus gone. 2 heroes dead on the side of Elephant. He'll pop his own Requiem. That fears away Monet. FY trying to do as much as he can with this. The Splinter Blast hits. He's also got the Spirit Vessel on him, so he needs to retreat as he's got a sliver of health. That fight doesn't go all too bad for Elephant. They do lose the Death Prophet as well as the Centaur, though, for just the Shadow Fiend Abaddon. He really tunnel visioned on Yang, it seemed, and just wanted that Centaur kill. And then, what, you've used Trance, you've used your BKB, and now you're in pretty far. They pulled him back. Like, they did the right thing. They backed off and tried to pull him out of position. BKB from Eurus, but the Primal Roar afterwards. He has Tether, but will never get a chance to use it. Now dead for 50 seconds. He's trying to build into that Ags, but there is no letting off the gas for Aster. Aether Lens, so Winter Wyvern doesn't need to be too close to the fight to throw that Winter's Curse. And they're going to look. Primal Roar on Somnus. He's committed down here with the TPs coming through. They've got the Yules. They also have a double damage on White Album. Goes to the Yules, trying to TP out the damage. Oh, just with 200 health, TP's away. Look at the massive rotations that draws from Aster.
Probably thought maybe we don't need it, you know, last second. But definitely that kill, 100% you curse that.
It's a question of whether or not you want to stay conservative and hold on to things.
It's a pretty low cooldown though, like 90
They're
seconds.
invading the jungle. They're going to come through and look over at Red Panda, but the Yules is out once again. They've got the stun on Monet. They've tethered up onto Yang, but they get the kill on Red Panda immediately with BKB being popped by White Album. Stealing Miscoil.
You want to have the Protect Shield, or ultimately you want to have the borrowed time. With your own Aghanim's, you can actually just save your whole team. Running into the borrowed time. Another Roar.
Primal Roar, look at the damage. They just ripped through Yang. He's trying to get away, but he ends up dead. Red Panda joins him. He'll be a second. And that is another one for White Album, who is on a killing spree, 10-1-3. He is involved of 13 of the 14 now.
Yeah, they need to get out on the map and start doing like at least something, you know, get the lanes out, start pressuring, make them feel something.
This timing feels like whoever wins this fight gets Roche, and if it's Aster, could win them the game. They'll find Red Panda. Look how quickly he dies. It's already a 4v5. He doesn't have buyback. They use the Primal Roar that's going to come through under the Death Prophet who pop the Exorcism immediately. They've got the Real Kick going back further away. Yang leading. Winter's Curse locks on to everybody. This is a problem. Requiem coming in. They've still got the Fear on the F1. They get the kill on the Yang as well as yours. They've taken out the Wisp as well as the Centaur, and they're looking towards another. Somnus is dead. Triple kill for Monet. No answer for Elephant. And that's what you were hoping for when you've got the Aether Lens on Borax.
Super well done, and honestly, there's not much Elephant can do to get back to this game. That Wrath is not designed to play from behind. Now Exorcism is on cooldown, even when DP is alive.
They don't have Exorcism. They don't have Death Prophet for 30 seconds anyway. 20 seconds until Eurus is back up. AC picked up by Shadow Fiend, and the advantage continues to grow.
It will depend on Aster making some pretty massive mistakes.
Yeah.
Because they've played it very conservatively even. I think they could have gone for Megas and then into Roche, but they decided to just back off, go into Roche first.
Like, we led a 70, you know, there was 70k gold lead shifts yesterday. Or, you know, when that LGD series happened, going back and forth, and maybe you remember that. You're just like, all right, well, what if we let this go?
Yeah, but a guy like Lanham, you know, like, I'm sure he has been in the...
BKB is, and now the Primal Roar is going to come through on a Eurus. They've got the silence out. That's onto the side of Aster, and now they already get the kill onto Lanham. They've traded for Yang, so it's a 5-for-3 so far. Yules up into the air. Telekinesis coming through onto Monet, trying to chase, get the kill onto Somnus, but he's got the Spirit Siphon as well as the Exorcism going. They get the Aegis out of his hands. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, XSS, he's getting a little bit low, needs to back away. They have the silence hitting onto this troll once again. The chase is on, but it's not going to be fast enough for them. They lead forward for a second. There's the smoke. XXS, Lanham, and Monet. Smoke up.
Looking for a quick pick-off here.
Double Edge was just used, so might not have that retaliation from Yang. At those cooldowns, there's the BKB as well as the Primal Roar that's going to come through into Eurus. Followed up with the Abyss Blade. They've got the Spirit Pistol on to Eurus. They get the kill onto this Wisp, and now they'll just try to run. They buy back immediately. Yang taking so much damage, forced to use that Stampede. They've disarmed the Troll, and now they'll try to chase as they leave the base, but it's not looking good for Elephant, as they've already had to buy back on this Wisp. Aster disengaged pretty well. BKB, but White Album survives. He TPs out. The Winter's Curse stops him in their tracks. They enter, they get a kill, they force the buyback.
Skadi as well, reducing the healing of the DP as well as the IO. Good itemization coming out. And Somnus is just here by himself.
Yeah, again, another case of being out too far. Yules up into the air. The BKB as well as the Battle Trance is popped by Monet. Shiva's on the run. Pops the Exorcism. Not sure he's going to survive now that XSS is here. The blink in front. They've got the help with the tether. Somnus hit with the Primal Roar. There's the kill. Gone for 85 seconds. Exorcism was also expended. Yang's dead over on the side, trying to get a kill on the White Album. The stun is thrown on to XSS. They'll almost take out Eurus, who relocates out. Just surviving, barely. Oh, the Winter's Curse, Borax from a distance. Lanham killed by the Fable, thrown from FY. But Eurus, he is killed, and so is Red Panda. GG is called by Elephant. Aster still looking dominant, taking game one off of this Elephant lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Aster, don't want to take anything away from them.
Yeah.
They played very well. So he could go either way, or he could even choose to go both in the end. Mars in trouble here.
Oh, wow, and the damage coming in. You've got an Oracle that's already sitting at level 3, that level 2 in the Purifying Flames. You know, you're not sitting in lane level 2, throwing out level 1 in the Splinter Blast, waiting on the Arctic Burn, and, you know, not doing as much with it. You're sitting here level 2 on the Splinter Blast, level 2 in the Arctic Burn, harassing as much as you want, and making it an issue. Yang again, out of the spirit to push Monet out of his way, goes to the Bounty Rune, will grab it. They're still continuing to chase. They want the Fortune's End. They do have Purifying Flames to work with, and that's going to be the dagger that takes out Yang for the second time. And then meanwhile, under the tier 1 tower, Red Panda, he's getting chased. He's hit with the Boundless Strike. One more shot. Borax under the tier 1 tower, able to get a kill. They take out XSS's Courier. That had his boots on it, and they will at least get something in return. All the while, FY though, he's dead to Lana.
And what does that mean though? Puck rotates away, gives Alchemist the freest time in the world. He's doing well for himself, picked up the medallion, going into the threats next. I would assume he's going into the Desolator. This makes much more sense with the lineup they have, which is pretty much all physical. Trolls double
Spear
6.
again, that lands on a Monet. They're looking over at Yang. Gets into the trees. Monet, Icarus Dive, and burning quite a bit, but he'll be fine.
Yep. Still got ult to work with as well.
Ooh, Somnus.
Somnus though.
Dream Coil, Waning Rift does get the kill on a Monet.
Very risky. I feel if he got a stick off, Somnus would have been in trouble, but didn't.
And now Adam. They're going to dive him under the tower. They'll bring over the Winter Wyvern. Wyvern's got Winter's Curse. And that's immediately used onto the Mars. Yang is now the one who's in trouble. It's not Lanham. They're TPing in Borax, who will look to go with the Primal Spring right down onto the Mars. A Photic Shield from Red Panda, trying to keep alive the Mars as long as possible. Throws the spear back. Boundless Strike is in. They'll get the kill onto the Mars and finally finish off the trade.
The mid-wave to his own neutral creeps, just to get the most value out of the acid spray.
Yeah. He's doing a really good job. Lanham now getting chased once again. They've got Borax as well as XSS over here once again. Cold Embrace, Lanham trying to survive. There's a lot of sustainability for the side of Aster, but the Waning Rift, the Dream Coil used. Borax in trouble. He's on the run. Icarus Dive over with the Illusory Orb. They get the kill on a Borax. They'll look for another one. The Winter's Curse is on to 3. But Eurus, he continues forward, going for the Winter Wyvern. XSS, not many options remain except trying to hide in the trees. Arctic Burn getting away. And he's out of sight, out of mind.
For now. 3 seconds for
but
the
down
next
in
orb.
the trees, Illusory Orb over, and eventually the Wyvern falls from the sky and crashes down. And if they can get a couple kills, this is worth it, I would say, especially if they grab Monet or the Alchemist of White Album, because Monet they want to shut down. Like you said, if Alchemist is farming and the rest of the team isn't, things do get a little bit more difficult for this Alchemist to hold the game by himself. And immediately Icarus Dive over, they're going to find Monet, they'll land the spear. Do they have the damage before he gets the trance off? Yes, they do. FY with credit on that one, and they'll take out the Troll. Is behind, obviously, the Alchemist, but the Clinks is ahead of the Troll if you're looking at, you know, position matchups. Yep. And obviously the Alchemist is going to be ahead. Icarus Dive over, Fortune's End into the Winter's Curse. That's a curse used, and now it's going to leave Lanham very free to just get killed off. Red Panda gets credit for that, and they look over at FY, who's still on the low ground. They don't have Winter's Curse to lock up the Elephant side, so they just need to turn tail and run, but still more pressure being put on by the Elephant lineup. And Eurus, he's looking for an opportunity to get a kill. He doesn't have the Desolator finish. He doesn't have an Orchid, so it could be difficult. However, they're right on top of Borax. They've got the silence. He can't get into the trees. Now the question is, does he survive after the Cold Embrace is done? Supernova is used. Boundless Strike comes out. They've got the arena down around Monet. That will help Yang get away. They get the kill on a Borax, and that Supernova goes off. They've also got the silence out of the Oracle as well as this Winter Wyvern. Icarus Dive once again. They look to finish off Lanham, but he gets the False Promise off in time. Somnus now in trouble under the Tier 2 tower. He falls to Lanham. Lanham, though, False Promise, not enough. And they will trade, but Somnus probably doesn't need to die there. He's in really far on that and commits for the Oracle. Could really cut through it quite quickly. Clinks is also going for the shard after the BKB. That's a lot of gold to commit. Stun on FY. No follow-up just yet, but there's the AC from White Album. Coming around the back, though, is Somnus. They've got Eurus nearby, Lanham in the trees.
Be
and they spot Borax. This is very split up. Winter's Curse to start. That's on the Clinks. Now they've got the Wukong's command coming in from Borax, as well as the Balance Strike. The Troll's going to focus up Eurus. Meanwhile, the Dream cools onto the Alchemist. They get the kill on the Eurus. They check out the Clinks. The BKB's going to be popped by White Album. Going after the egg. Pops it. It's down. It's been scrambled. And Yang, he's trying to run. So is Red Panda, but not so fortunate. 3 heroes down on the side of Elephant. And that was very split from Elephant, which gave Aster the opportunity to take this fight with ease. And they've...
Like a damage item, you need that before itemizing defensively. You see the Alchemist, goes into Radiance, then BKB. He doesn't go BKB Radiance, right? Makes no sense. It's the same with the Puck. He's itemizing too defensively in my taste, for my taste, especially if they're playing against the clock. Doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe he's feeling, you know, the fear of the Winter's Curse, which I understand, but you can't play.
There's the Winter's Curse. Lincoln gets popped immediately into the Winter's Curse. And face shift, maybe an opportunity.
She gets the blink out.
Dream Coil, and there's the stun, but ends up dead. False Promise from Lanham, and now the Balance Strike as well as the Primal Spring right on top of Yang. Lanham's going to survive. This goes poorly for Yang. It's not just one that they'll lose on Elephant, but a second in the Mars. Borax gets credit for that. And it's, again, a split-up engagement from Elephant that goes sour fast. Out of sight, out of mind again.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to repeat the phrase, but that's what it's been when you've gone after some of these heroes, especially ones like Monkey King who can use the Boomer Cape or jump and get out of harm's way. Winter's Curse, Supernova, this is for the save. They've got the arena down. This might be worth it to get a kill onto the Oracle, but the Cold Embrace is there. That's going to save Lanham, which means they've got a False Promise available, which he'll use on himself. They get the kill on the Eurus as well as FI. The BKB's been popped by Yang. Here comes Somnus. Dream Coil in. Leashes up the Troll as well as the Oracle. But Lanham, as well as this Troll, are fine. And, well, it only allows Yang to escape. And Alk is almost at that 1k GPM.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking to pretty much the king of Monkey Kings in the forward position.
He is also filthy rich. Like, he has overtaken his own Winter Wyvern. He's getting closer and closer to the Mars. Finished the Desolator.
Yeah, Orb Corrosion, Desolator. It's got a lot going, and Yang gets hit with the Abyssal, but gets the Spear off on a White Album. He's coming into the hands of the Dire side. Now the question is, can they get anything? The Balance Strike hits into the Puck. They've got the Sunray over, but this Alchemist isn't taking much damage. The Abyssal Blade is used on FY. They get the count of this Phoenix. No Supernova to come out. They have the Witcher's Curse that locks up the Clinks, and now the Wukong's command. The arena is down. That's going to hit up the Oracle. That means they don't have a False Promise while he's locked up, but he's finally alive. They've got the Cold Embrace. That'll save him. Somnus is dead. That's 2 heroes gone without buyback. They'll finally finish off Red Panda, and all Eurus can do is run away. Lanham trying to heal up, and now is the damage enough? He's one shot from dead. It's a 5 position that cannot fall, while White Album then takes another in Yang. So 4 heroes dead, 19-11 in favor of Aster, and not much holding them from going down 2-0, having an 0-2 record to start off the league, and being in a very precarious position overall in the DPC. Yeah, they're going for the push. They're going for the tier 4s. They don't have buyback on Somnus. They do have buyback on Yang, but he doesn't really have a lot to offer. The arena is down. Red Panda can only just move up. The Aphotic Shield gets popped immediately. Both tier 4s are gone. The Ancient is exposed, and there is not much to say from Elephant. They'll look, they'll get it, they'll kill it, and now Elephant, the super team, are 0-2. They lose to Aster, who have had a great couple of days. Very, very impressive from Aster, just dismantling Elephant